Foundations of Math 2, Unit 2, Solving Multi-Step Linear Equations. So first you're going to combine your like terms on all sides of the equation, and then you're going to undo everything that's happening to the variables in the opposite order of PEMDAS. So I'm combining my like terms. Remember that you can pause the video at any time if I'm going too fast. 4n minus 2n is 2n equals 4. Divide both sides by 2. N equals 2. We undid that multiplication by dividing both sides. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. The next one, I'm combining my x's. So I have 3 equals 3 minus 4x. Get my constants together. So I'm undoing in the opposite order because that's addition and subtraction. That's addition, so I'm subtracting that to get it off of that side. 3 minus 3 is 0, which cancel out, equals negative 4x. Divide both sides by negative 4. And 0 is allowed to be on the top, but not the bottom. So you get x equals 0. The next one, combine my like terms. Negative 12 equals 3 minus 5k. Subtract 3. Negative 15 equals negative 5k. Divide both sides by negative 5. You get k equals 3. The next one, I need to distribute that negative 3. You could also divide both sides, but I feel like most of you are going to distribute. So I'm going to distribute that negative 3 into my parentheses. You have 6 equals negative 3x minus 6. Add your 6 to both sides. 12 equals negative 3x. Divide both sides by negative 3. And you get x equals negative 2. The next one has a few more steps. I'm distributing that 2 first. I can't combine anything outside of my parentheses. Can't combine anything inside my parentheses. Negative 4k plus 10k minus 12 equals negative 3k minus 39. Combine my like terms. I get 6k minus 12 equals negative 3k minus 39. Get my k's together, so I'm going to add 3k to both sides. And I'm going to go ahead in this step and add my 12 to get my constants together. So those two things cancel out. 6k plus 3k is 9k. And negative 39 plus 12 is negative 27. Feel free to use a calculator. Divide both sides by 9, and you get k equals negative 3. The next one, distribute my 6. 24 equals negative 6x minus 18. Add my 18 to both sides. 24 plus 18 is 42. Divide both sides by negative 6. And you get x equals negative 7. The next one, distribute your negative 2 and your negative 3. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms so that I don't have to do that in a minute. So 10p minus p is 9p, and 9 minus 11 is negative 2. That equals negative 4p minus 8 minus 6p plus 6. Combine my like terms on this side. My negative 4p and my negative 6p becomes negative 10p, and my negative 8 and positive 6, negative 2. Bring down my left side. Get my p's together. And I'm also going to go ahead and get my 2's together. So I get 19p equals 0. Divide both sides by 19, and you get p equals 0. All right, the next one, distribute my 3. I have negative 3 minus 18r equals 14 minus r. add 18r to both sides. Negative 3 equals 14 plus 17r. Subtract your 14. Oops, subtract. You get negative 17 equals 17r. Divide both sides by 17. And you get r equals negative 1. The next one. You get 10x plus 30 plus 9x plus 4. This is like having a negative 1. So I'm just distributing that negative 1 within. Go ahead and combine those terms on my right-hand side. So I have x minus 2. On the left, combining my terms, 10x plus 9x is 19x. 30 plus 4 is 34. Equals x minus 2. Subtract x from both sides. And subtract 34 from both sides. 19x minus x is 18x. Negative 2 minus 34 is negative 36. Divide both sides by 18, and you get x equals negative 2. On the back, we have some fraction ones. These are a little more difficult, so be careful. S plus 2 over 3 equals 8. This whole thing is being divided by 3, so it's like having parentheses around it. Put them there if it makes you feel better. So you're going to undo that division first. Multiply both sides by 3. You get S plus 2 equals 24. Subtract your 2 from both sides, and you get S equals 22. Cross multiply when you have a fraction equals a fraction. Now when you're cross multiplying, you have to be careful. You need to put parentheses around your numerators and denominators if there's more than one thing. So what you have is 2 times x minus 2 equals 3 times 2x plus 8. And then you distribute. So I have 2x minus 4 equals 6x plus 24. Get my x's together, so I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So those cancel and those cancel. And I get negative 4x equals 28. Divide both sides by negative 4. And you get x equals negative 7. The next one, I have 2 fractions multiplied on one side equals a fraction on the other side. I have to simplify the left first, and then I will cross multiply. So first I'm going to distribute my 3 into the 2x minus 6 and multiply my 2 times 6. When you multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. So you get 6x minus 18 over 12 equals 4/3. And now we'll cross multiply. Just make sure you put parentheses around your numerator and denominator if there's more than one term there. So I have 12 times 4 equals 3 times 6x minus 18. 12 times 4 is 48. Distribute my 3, and you get 18x minus 54. Get my constants together, so I'm going to add 54 to both sides. 48 plus 54 is 102. Divide both sides by 18. And I'm going to simplify that fraction because it is a fraction, and you get x equals 17/3. And then 3 more. This one, I'm going to just distribute my fractions, my coefficients there. 3/2 times 4x is 6x. And 3/2 times negative 2 is negative 3. Negative 1/2 times x is negative 1/2 x. And negative 1/2 times negative 5 is positive 5/2. Combine my like terms. So I have 6x minus 1/2 x. I like to put things in fraction form. So that's 11 over 2x. And then negative 3 plus 5/2. So negative 3 plus 5/2. Again, I prefer fraction. So negative 1/2 or minus 1/2 equals 4. So then I'm going to add the 1/2 to both sides. You get 11 over 2x equals 4.5, which as a fraction is 9 over 2. To undo multiplication by a fraction, you multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So this is essentially dividing by 2 and multiplying by 11. So you would do the opposite of that. You would multiply by 2 and divide by 11. Or multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So you get x equals, your 2's cancel, 9 over 11, or you can plug that in your calculator. The next one, because I'm adding this fraction, I need to get a common denominator here, and then I can either cross multiply, or I could get a common denominator all the way across and mark out my denominators. I'm going to do the cross multiplication. So 2 and 3, my least common multiple there is 6. So if I make this one 6, I need to multiply it by 3 over 3. And to make this one 6, I need to multiply it by 2 over 2. So here I'm distributing. You have 12x minus 9 over 6 minus 2 over 6 equals 2x minus 5 over 2. When you subtract fractions, after you have that common denominator, you just subtract the numerators. So I'm saying 12x minus 9 minus 2 over 6 equals 2x minus 5 over 2. I'm going to combine my like terms here. 12x minus 11 over 6 equals 2x minus 5 over 2. Now I have a fraction equals another fraction, so I can just cross multiply. Remember to put things when there's more than one in the numerator or denominator in parentheses. So I have 6 times 2x minus 5 equals 2 times 12x minus 11. Distribute. You get 12x minus 30 equals 24x minus 22. Get your x's together. Subtract 24x from both sides. And get your constants together. Add 30 to both sides. You get negative 12x equals 8. Divide both sides by negative 12. And you get negative 2/3 when you simplify that fraction. And then the last one, 2/3 times x plus 2 minus x plus 4 equals 3x plus 2. I am distributing my fraction. Remember, that's like having a negative 1, so I'm distributing that negative. So I have 2/3 x plus 4/3 minus x minus 4 equals 3x plus 2. Combine your like terms. 2/3 x minus x is negative 1/3 x. And then 4/3 minus 4 in your calculator, make it a fraction, is negative 8/3. You have 3x plus 2. Get your x's together, subtract 3x from both sides, and add your 8/3. So negative 1/3 minus 3, make it a fraction. And you get negative 10/3 x. And then 2 plus 8/3 is 14/3. Undo multiplication by a fraction, multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So Those cancel. You get x equals. Your 3's cancel. 14 tenths, which simplifies to 7